2024. All these stories have been proven to be real, and remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into it.
As you can see, I still got on my lock bunny, so I'm kind of fresh up. But look, this dream I had last night about this eclipse, I have never in my life had a dream like this, y'all. So there were 5 moons. It was 5 moons out the night of the eclipse. It was 5 moons out. And so people were gathered, families were together, my family was together, everybody was like, it's crazy. So I walk in the house, well, I walk outside the house for something, and as I'm walking out the house, the military was everywhere, y'all. The military was everywhere in brown vest, and they were sitting there talking. And one of the men in the military said a creature was on the loose called Titan Zero. Literally, that's what he said. I remember it so vividly. He said the creature was named Titan Zero, and we need to be careful. So I walked back in the house to tell my family to get together and let them know what the military said. And one of my family members went outside. Blue lights, the brown Jeeps that the military be driving, they were everywhere. And they told him the exact same thing, that there's a creature on the loose called Titan Zero.
Titan Zero.
I said it was 5 moons out that night, the day of the solar eclipse. It was 5 moons out that night. I don't know what it means. I've never had a dream like that. I don't know. Again, I don't know what it means, but something is going on. Something is coming, y'all. And I just had to share that with y'all on this platform.
If you have been feeling like time has been moving.
Going back to that other video, that's my first time hearing about Titan Zero. Looks like I'm going to have to do some Google searching.
Very fast lately, you are not crazy. According to a recent report, Earth is now spinning faster than it used to, and clocks may even have to skip a second to keep up. Due to this strange event, for the first time ever, timekeepers and organizations are considering subtracting a second from all of their devices, which they're calling a negative leap second, just to make sure all these devices are in line with sun up and sun down, and they're planning on doing this around the year of 2029. Now, I've heard a few people talk about how they believe this may have something to do with CERN, and that's because every time they use their particle accelerator, people start reporting having strange dreams, disassociating with time, and having Mandela effects. And as you know, they're planning on smashing a particle together on April 8th. Even during CERN's opening ceremony, you can see that they show a clock moving back and forth rapidly, which could be symbolic for whatever's making people feel strange about time currently. But this does remind me of a scripture in the Bible, specifically in Matthew, that talks about how the days will be shortened before the return of Christ for the sake of the elect. So maybe time moving faster is the beginning of our shortening of days. Now, obviously, I don't know for sure, neither about God's timing and plans for our immediate future or about whatever CERN is doing. But I do know that the spiritual war between good and evil is getting more intense daily.
Y'all ready? Nikon P1000. Look at that. And to think this is 450,000 miles away. Strange, huh? Look at that zoom, man.
That's a great
That's
camera.
crazy. Huh? But I'm going to be going so many places, like to the Chicago skyline, all those places that I've seen these videos with these P1000s, P900s. And I'm going to do the same thing and recreate these videos for everybody. I've got my little...
That's wild, yo. I need to get me one of those.
My sky tracker coming in. This will be a lot, more still, and it'll actually track everything the way it's supposed to. So, just wanted to show y'all, give y'all a little glimpse of it. See what we got.
Can someone explain to me how, after being discharged from the Marine Corps for over 11 years, I'm sorry. Been discharged from the Marine Corps for 11 years. I just got involuntarily recalled. Can someone tell me what's going on?
It's being called one of the largest cash heists in LA history.
Sure is. Let's go out to Gigi Graciette in Sylmar, where burglars broke into the vault of a money storage facility. They got away with a lot of money, Gigi.
And as you said, Brooke, this seems like something out of a movie, a Mission Impossible movie. Take a look at the video. This all happening here in Sylmar on Easter Sunday. An estimated $30 million stolen in cash from a Sylmar money storage facility. The burglars reportedly breaking in either through the side of the building or the roof and then managing to open up a vault where the cash was being stored without triggering any of the sophisticated alarms. And the burglary crew was so stealth and meticulous that no one noticed the money was gone until Monday when employees opened up the vault, which showed no obvious signs of a break-in. Now, the company is Garda World. They have branches around the world and over 132,000 employees. And they specialize in cash services, which includes ATM services and armored truck transports. According to their website, some of their clients are Fortune 500 companies, even the United States federal government, along with other international government agencies. And reportedly, not everyone who works at this facility knew that that much money was being stored here.
The place is pretty secured. Alarm system, they check to make sure that the alarm is set up.
Apparently it's not secured if they were able to take 30 minutes.
Just to think that they were able to go through the security system and get away with all that money, it's a shocker.
Now, that was a Garda World employee who asked that we not identify him. Again, they managed to somehow go around that alarm system. And, of course, that's something both the FBI and the LAPD are looking at right now. And, of course, they always, as in most crimes, start with those closest to the crime. And that would be looking at the employees. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi.
Tara Rodas. And thanks to the bravery of Aaron Stevenson, and thanks to Project Veritas and James O'Keefe for publishing the story, I was sitting on the Pomona Fairplex emergency intake site processing unaccompanied children. So you may know that children were coming to this country from other countries. We were taking them into the care, HHS, and then delivering them to sponsors, unvetted sponsors throughout the United States. So because one whistleblower came forward and because one organization was willing to tell the truth, I was able to then uncover and report that the U.S. government is the middleman in a large-scale, multi-billion-dollar operation. We literally have government-sponsored, taxpayer-funded child trafficking. So one whistleblower coming forward, telling the truth, sets in motion a cascade of things that you could never imagine. So I was very grateful for the opportunity for someone to tell the truth. And who knows, maybe one of you could be the next person to come forward. So, along with my buddy Aaron, I'm going to continue to speak the truth until children are rescued, criminals are prosecuted, and the United States government no longer is putting billions of dollars to children.
Thank you, Mike, for the video.
Jeffrey Epstein was one of those behind.
Damn, that's wild. So, going back to that other video, that just reminds me of Sound of Freedom. I don't know if y'all have seen the movie or not. I mean, it's probably like a year old now. Y'all need to go see that Sound of Freedom movie. That's basically, that lady right there is basically telling us that everything that happened in Sound of Freedom was an agreement they had with, I'm assuming, is the Mexico gang out there. I'm not going to say it out loud. And maybe they came to an agreement to continue doing that sex trafficking, sounds like. That's wild.
Behind the organ of children.
Organ. I get into that. Crazy.
I didn't,
Brother. You're dealing about, it's a business.
For a long
Right? According to the United States Census Bureau, by the year 2042, Caucasian people in America will be the minority. So not only do we have the black women being encouraged to have hysterectomies, but we have the white women being encouraged to have more children. You have the clinics in 78% of the inner city neighborhoods, while you have the majority of fertility clinics in the rich neighborhoods. Black women are being encouraged to get hysterectomies, but those hysterectomies are not being petitioned to be received by trans men. It gets very deep.
Wow.
Very deep. Another thing, you have organs, kidneys, you have lungs, hearts, etc. that are on the underground white market. We can't call it the black market, it's the white market. Hearts are worth a little over 100,000. Kidneys are worth over 20, 50,000. And those black body parts, hence why 75,000 plus black men are missing. A lot of these children every year are missing.
It sounds like Get Out.
It is Get Out. That movie was based on true stories happening all over the place. In America, right now, it is a $30 billion commercialized industry, meaning the money made from children and women is now contributing to America's economic base. It's not a secret anymore.
And organ
because people are dying, which is why you shouldn't put organ donor on your driver's license, because that makes you a target. This is a real world we're dealing with, y'all. Now, you brought me on Drink Champs, damn it. We dropping the real information.
You gotta drop the real.
I know what. Yeah, they were dropping the real, guys. Man, that's insane. This guy he knows a lot, man. Going back to the other video. But yeah, shit out here is crazy. Selling parts of bodies and stuff. Oh my God. Our government's evil.
This is the definition of hidden in plain sight, part 2.
Has the Illuminati approached you about sacrificing anyone to make it happen?
All the time.
Okay.
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? You've been on me. Oh, there's a room.
I call it the room with the door behind it. You never get to that door. We always got through the first door. Yeah. We were so excited about being in that room. Yeah. We never looked at the next door.
Stage, that's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like that's how,
First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even. I don't want it to come close to the bed.
Man, you see this Mark Zuckerberg building this $270 million bunker? What he building a $270 million bunker? What do he know that we don't know, Cat?
Kim Jong-un? I don't know what you don't know. Do you understand that people that are not very bright are in charge of nuclear bombs all across the country? That's what he knows. He knows that 30% of all weapons systems are running off regular Wi-Fi. So what does that mean? That means if a solar flare or a meteor hits either one of those, literally a bomb can go off just because the system accidentally got turned off. That's what he knows. The people that are in power know that the people that are running the most complicated and deadliest things on the planet are just an average.
This is where it gets wild. After the government showed up, he says, go look at my land on the satellite imagery. It's blocked out. It's over where his property are. Sure enough, it is blocked out. You cannot see what is right there. And the neighbor's like, yeah, there used to be these stone pillars erected around this hole way before you ever moved onto this property. He said it looked a lot like Stonehenge. And he said that neighbors had reported seeing from this hole this black beam shoot from this hole. Darker than dark, this beam just go. And he said, in fact, one of my neighbors once told me that his dog died and he threw the dog down the hole. And he said the next morning that dog was on his porch. What?
Yeah, no.
Alive.
Alive?
Alive.
Nope.
You. Yeah. Anyways, that's Mel's hole.
They created.
That boy said that's Mel's hole for y'all. If y'all don't get that, that means Merlin's. Merlin the wizard is the guy that, was the wizard that created Stonehenge. Well, not probably. Yeah, I think he did create Stonehenge, but I'm not sure. Like, supposedly the story is that in order to cast the giants into oblivion is another galaxy away from Mars, and this magician named Merlin. It's crazy how he's in all our games, like whether you're playing on the phone, whether you're playing on console. He's also in our history books, guys. Like, people have written about Merlin, the wizard, Merlin and Harry Potter, so on and so on. But it's just, it's crazy how shit is coming into light, though, guys. It's just shocking to me. And then this guy calls it Mel's hole.
Something called the robo-rat. That was the first biohybrid. So a biohybrid is when you mix animal and a machine. And people freaked out. They were like, you cannot put brain chips in rats and make them move through a maze by a remote control, which is what they were doing. And they started creating all kinds of biohybrids. They now have pigeons that are mixed animal and machine.
Fly or you're a spy. Fly or you're a spy.
I told y'all.
Come on, move. Fly.
There's a moth, and DARPA scientists put brain chips into the larva so that when it cocooned and became a flying moth, it had the chip built into its system, making it easier to integrate, and they could fly the moth around the lab. And that was a huge step, and this is now 4 years ago that I was interviewing these scientists.
That's the chip, guys. That's the bad chip in the Bible. If you don't know what I'm talking about, man, do y'all's research. Do y'all's research. I call it the Satan chip.
Guy, there was this guy, and he was knighted by the British royal family. His name was Jimmy Savile, and he was a television star on the BBC. And he was really close with Prince Charles, the current King of England. I mean, really close. Look at how young Prince Charles was when their relationship started. And they did all types of charitable work together for decades, specifically raising money for hospitals and schools. But after Savile died, we would learn that he was accused of over 500 sexual assaults. In one hospital alone, the hospital that he helped fund, he was accused of over 60 assaults. And his victims ranged from 5-year-old children to 75-year-old women. Boys, girls, children, adults, it didn't matter. He was a pure predator. And although Savile was doing this while at the BBC, he seemed to be protected by the culture of the company. Which reminds me of ABC spiking the Jeffrey Epstein story all the way back in 2016. Apparently after being pressured by the royal family. Isn't that interesting? Which is why teaching kids about fake news is so important. Oh look, Epstein and Prince Andrew. So I don't know what's going on with the Princess of Wales, but I think we should all have questions. Check out my books on fake news, how information is controlled, the right to bear arms, corruption of the banking system, and so much more.
All members of the Council on Foreign Relations are Illuminist, members of the Trilateral Commission, members of the Club of Rome, the Skull and Bones Fraternity, and the Bohemian Society. Here's a group of presidents up there with black robes, like Klansmen, sitting around this huge bonfire at the Bohemian Grove, worshiping this giant owl.
Yeah, we have color pictures of the presidents of the United States, all living presidents today, and dressed in large black robes with pointed headdresses like the Ku Klux Klan, in front of a large open fire pit, a pit of fire. In the article, it said that it was after 12 midnight, all the American presidents line up on this altar and worship the owl. And they said the reason why the owl is used in their worship is because it is wise, because it is able to see things in the dark. There's a message there. The owl is wise because it sees things in the dark. And that's why the presidents and the heads of state and the heads of the government that we live under all meet at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night to worship the owl. This is history.
Yeah, but if you don't believe it, we will come back and do another show, and Jordan will pull out the picture.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't the Bible say that's like the darkest hour or the devil's hour or something like that? I know I read that somewhere, I've heard it somewhere, whenever I was younger, going through many religions and, pretty much trying to figure shit out. But y'all leave y'all's comments below and please answer that for me, because I swore I've heard that somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock. Supposedly that's the witch hour or something like that. Alright, people. Once again, it's your boy Indiana Jones 333. If y'all enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, hit that share button, and sub or follow. I'll see y'all in the next one. Leave your comments below.